What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your $1,400 third stimulus check update, fourth stimulus check update, and related news. I want to start this video off a little different than usual. I'm actually pretty stoked and pretty excited about today's content. It's something I've researched and assembled over the last several days, and I'm genuinely proud of. There's plenty of due diligence and digging into the intricate details in order to flash out what could have the most value now that the $1,400 third stimulus check is out and the next stimulus check has already been announced. And with President Biden aiming to get over the national hurdles of the healthcare crisis and Americans ready to spend big. I've personally been an investor for over 2 decades, and with this environment of rising stocks and new money out in the economy, one idea keeps making more and more sense. And because you guys have been asking me to provide actionable content, and with inflationary risks possibly on the horizon, and with every family of 4 getting $5,600 in the third stimulus check package, possibly more in the fourth stimulus check package, I've went out on the hunt. I've scoured the landscape to find something that I've been bullish on, and it wasn't easy, but I was able to do it anyways. One common thread going all the way back to the first stimulus check package, which I pride myself being an expert on everything stimulus related, is that Americans fall into 4 different categories on what they're going to do with their stimulus checks. The first group saves money for a rainy day. The second group pays down debt or pays for immediate expenses such as food and rent. The third group uses it to splurge or shop. And the fourth group invests it in the stock market using either traditional, popular, or reliable brokerage firms. The group that saves their stimulus checks generally do so because of uncertainty, not knowing if there will be a solution on the horizon, what the reopening will look like, or what their job or economic conditions might be in the future. Now there's much more clarity, and people that don't need the money immediately for, utilities, rent, and food will likely be saving the checks just to put them in a checking account and have the money sit there idly. Research suggests that people that don't need the money for emergency, living expenses will splurge going shopping, which tends to generally drive up the prices and cause some inflation. While I also believe that putting these funds in the markets will also become a popular option for millions of people, judging from the past stimulus checks. In short, tech flourished first. Next, after the election, it was the recovery and reopening sectors of the market. Now, we believe it will be the sectors most correlated with an overheating economy and inflation. Therefore, I have collaborated with Phoenix Gold Resources. You can read all of the details down below in the description box of this video. The reason why I'm telling you about this is I want to show you why I'm bullish on the gold mining sector right now. With the stimulus checks deposited into the account of millions of Americans and inflation possibly ticking up in the future. The company's ticker symbol is PGRCF on the OTC market, the over-the-counter markets, because it's one that you need to do your homework on. Their management is up on everything we've been talking about on this channel. The impact of stimulus, on money printing, and on commodities supercycle that has begun in April 2020 and usually lasts between 6 to 10 years. Now, the institutions I'm going to present to you are the most sophisticated and knowledgeable financial analysts on planet Earth, and they're extremely bullish on gold. Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan's chief commodity researchers and trading desks have doubled down in their reports on their thesis that a major supercycle has begun. Congress is setting us up for inflation due to $1 trillion a year deficit spending, not including any money from the stimulus packages. The price of gold and bull markets in under-the-radar mining stocks tend to follow the money supply and the rate of inflation in the long run. Wells Fargo maintains a projection of gold rising to $2,300 an ounce by the end of 2021. Analysts at Bank of America have projected that gold will reach an all-time high of $3,000 by the end of 2021 on the back of record central bank balance sheets and government fiscal deficits. You'll need to do your own homework on this one just as I have. I want to present to you the fundamentals, the catalyst, and the upside potential of the company that made today's publication possible. It's on my highly selective list of possible inflation stock market plays, and it's completely unknown to most investors at the moment. The name is Phoenix Gold Resources. The first thing that caught my eye is the founder, the CFO, and their associates own over 50% of the outstanding shares and are owned by strategic investors and insiders. This means the people that are running the company have a lot of skin in the game and want to see the company succeed. That's one reason I'm really bullish on Phoenix Gold Resources. Secondly, the company's gold assets are located in Nevada, the world's premier gold jurisdiction. In 2018, Nevada's production of gold accounted for 76.8% of the U.S. total and helped make the U.S. the fifth largest leading gold producer in the world. Both of the company's gold properties in Nevada are historic producers, which means that in the past, they already mined gold there. So the strategy is to modernize and bring them to current standards, along with conducting more drilling that could lead to a potential discovery, which will be a game changer. That's why I felt compelled to show you such a unique set of circumstances. It's rare to see such a combination of catalysts coming together like this. Lastly, because they're literally about to commence drilling on the site, I want to show you what could possibly occur if Phoenix Gold Resources announces successful drilling holes. Here are two examples. The company in the chart enjoyed a 1,562% rally. This second company generated a 712% surge in their stock price. Now you understand why I'm publishing this. The timing aspect is critical. Stimulus checks have just been sent to tens of millions of Americans, and we believe this should be on your radar right now. I almost never do this, but in tomorrow's video, I'll give you another quick angle of Phoenix Gold Resources, which is why I believe it makes it even more interesting to check out now, so stay tuned for that. Please check out our full disclaimer in the description area of this video and links down below in the description if you want to learn more about Phoenix Gold Resources. Now let's get into some stimulus news. This week is going to be a very big week in the stimulus world. There's several different things that are going to be unveiled, and we're going to get lots more details of things this week. This upcoming week. Let's go over what we're expecting to happen this upcoming week. Number one is the federal eviction moratorium is set to end on March 31st. We've been hearing a lot of different whispers and rumors and details that the White House and the president want to extend this past March 31st. But if they don't, and they haven't yet, if they don't extend this past March 31st, likely millions of people that have past due rent will be evicted as early as the very next day on April 1st. So we're hoping and we're praying that we see a new eviction moratorium before the next few days. We now have, like 2 days before the month is over and President Biden to extend the eviction moratorium. So President Biden has a big decision on his hand if he's going to extend this eviction moratorium or let it lapse. I will keep you up to date this week as this needs to happen within the next few days. Number two is the third wave of the $1,400 stimulus payments are going out this upcoming week. Number one is lots of people, including people on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, VA, and RRB, are showing the IRS Get My Payment tool as a pending date for March 31st. We're also seeing a lot of people with a pending date of April 2nd for paper checks and debit cards in the mail. The other thing is we're seeing a lot of people still with the IRS Get My Payment tool saying that it is unavailable, that there's basically no update for them, status unavailable. And as of this point, there's really nothing you can do if it says status unavailable. I'm seeing this affect lots of people. It's likely millions of people. It's a large percentage of people on Social Security. And while there's nothing you can really do but check the IRS Get My Payment tool in the morning. It updates once per day overnight. So typically you can check it in the morning and then I will update you with any news or details or data that we hear from the IRS, from the Social Security Administration, or from any other outlets throughout the day. But if you're seeing status unavailable, Honestly, it's very common. Unfortunately, the IRS Get My Payment tool is just not that great with information, as they need to update it individually for 150 million plus people that are getting stimulus checks. And quite frankly, they just don't update it for everybody. I've actually seen comments from people down below that say they got their stimulus check, either direct deposit or they got it via in the mail. They've already gotten their stimulus check and they went back to check the IRS Get My Payment tool and it still shows status unavailable, even though they already got the third stimulus check. So that just shows you how unreliable it is. But for the people that does have some information, a lot of people are pending for this upcoming Wednesday, which is March 31st. There's other people pending for April 2nd, which is Friday. And most of those people, I believe, are paper checks and debit cards in the mail. Remember, even if you are set up for direct deposit, you could be receiving a paper check or debit card in the mail. There's already been over 100,000 people that threw away their checks and debit cards in the mail by accident because they either weren't expecting a paper check in the mail or they didn't realize it, thought it was junk mail, and threw it out. So please don't let this happen to you. Here is what they will look like. I have gotten confirmation from our viewers that says for the third round, it does look exactly like this. If you're getting a paper check in the mail, it'll say U.S. Department of Treasury. You'll see a check literally right here in the window. This is not the most secure thing because people can see it's a check, but alas, that is how they're sending it. So this could be what you're getting, or you could see it like this, which is a debit card in the mail. There's no rhyme or reason on why they might send you a paper check or a debit card. The IRS has never even told us why they send out some as debit cards and some as paper cards. But if you're getting a debit card, it'll look like this. This is not a bill or advertisement, which probably makes a lot of people think it is an advertisement and just throw it away. You'll see economic impact payment card here with the blue treasury seal. That means it is a debit card with your $1,400 per person on it. So again, if you're expecting a stimulus check for $1,400 for you and your dependents and you haven't gotten it yet, you could be getting a piece of mail like this or a piece of mail like this. So please don't throw them out and check your mail every single day. If you're on Social Security, the chances are very high that you will be getting a deposit if you're on direct deposit or direct express card deposit on March 31st, which is Wednesday the 31st. If your IRS Get My Payment tool says unavailable, then we'll just have to see what will happen for all these people that are unavailable. You can always check it one time in the morning. You really don't need to check it 10 times per day. Some people get locked out of their accounts by checking it too much. The other thing you can do is check your bank or your direct express card. If you have a login to check that online, you can check both of those, either your bank or your direct express card, and see if you have a pending deposit there as well. That is the other place you can check, as well as here. I'll keep you up to date every single day on this information, as well as the fourth stimulus check package, which we'll get to here in a second. If you are not on Social Security and you haven't gotten your third stimulus check, it's very, very likely that you're going to get it in the mail as a debit card or a stimulus check. It's unlikely that you will get it via a direct deposit if you're not on Social Security at this point and you haven't gotten it. You're probably going to be getting it through the mail, the United States Postal Service. So please keep that in mind. If you're on Social Security, then I'm expecting a third wave of direct deposits to go out this Wednesday, March 31st. There's also people that on the IRS Get My Payment tool that are saying April 2nd for paper checks and debit cards in the mail. If you have anything besides unavailable, please let us know down below in the comments if you're on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, and what day you're pending for. It will help out our other viewers. If not, just keep the faith. You are going to get the third stimulus check. If you got the first one and the second one, you're going to get the third one. The only reason you wouldn't get the third stimulus check is you don't have a Social Security number or you make over the income limit of $75,000 to $80,000 per person, okay? If you don't fall underneath those cancellations, you will be getting a third stimulus check. Please don't think you're not getting it. If you got the last ones and you have a Social Security number and you make below the income requirements, you will be getting it. It's just that 90% of Social Security has not gotten their payments yet because the Social Security Administration didn't send over the payment files to the IRS for 12 days, and that is what caused the delay. The IRS now has their information, and the IRS sends out the direct deposits on Wednesdays, it seems like, because the last two Wednesdays were the first two waves of the direct deposits, okay? So please keep the faith. Don't think you're not getting it. It really was just a delay with the Social Security Administration sending over the information to the IRS. Also this week, we're going to be getting new information on the fourth stimulus check package. As you can see here, President Biden to push another coronavirus recovery bill, aka stimulus package, on top of the $1.9 trillion stimulus package, the third stimulus check package that has already been passed, says White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki. The bill is expected to detail an infrastructure package on Wednesday, March 31st. So Wednesday, March 31st will be a very big day. We also got new information today from White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki that they're thinking about, or that they're actually going to be doing, they're going to be splitting this next stimulus package, the infrastructure package, into two separate bills. In my opinion, they're doing this because the price tag on this bill is so high. It's expected to be $3 trillion, and it makes it a little bit more palatable if it's not $3 trillion and it's two separate bills of $1.5 trillion. This is just for round numbers, and well, if they can't get Republican support, I don't know if they'll be able to pass this in two separate bills. There's lots of different things that could be or will be in the fourth stimulus check package. We have dozens of Democratic lawmakers from the U.S. House of Representatives and the Senate pushing for not just one stimulus payment in the next package, but multiple monthly reoccurring stimulus payments until the pandemic is over, and they want it included in this next package. We even had a bill introduced this week by two Democratic congresswomen, Rashida Tlaib and Congresswoman Jayapal, have introduced a brand new bill that would be a $2,000 one-time stimulus check, as you can see here on the screen. And then after that, $1,000 monthly reoccurring stimulus payments for 1 year until the pandemic is over. So until the pandemic is over, plus 1 year. So basically, they could negotiate on this and have it negotiated down until maybe only until the pandemic is over or something along those lines. Probably worst case scenario, they could negotiate this down to include just a single stimulus check would be worst case scenario. Best case scenario would be that we do get the monthly stimulus checks until the pandemic is over or later. Some economists are saying a fourth stimulus check, quote, will have to come, is coming from some economists. With nearly 18 million Americans still receiving unemployment benefits and the unemployment rate at 6.2%, which is more than double what it was before the pandemic, more stimulus is necessary, says economist David Blanchflower, an economics professor at Dartmouth College. The American Rescue Plan is, quote, probably won't be big enough, and more stimulus will have to come later. So the more push we see for more stimulus items, such as checks in the next package, the more likely they will be. I also expect them to not really unveil everything at the beginning. Remember, they're going to split this into two bills as well. But I expect that we'll see some stimulus items added in when they get near to passing it. For example, they might say, hey, yeah, we know we just passed the third stimulus check, so we might not really need one when they announce the bill. But as the bill gets closer to passing, we're going to see more and more support to put a stimulus check in there. That is how the second stimulus check got passed. At first, when they introduced the bill, there was no stimulus check in there for Americans. And the push and the outcry, and the longer it took to get it passed, they added in that stimulus check. I think we'll probably see that because we just seen the third one pass. A lot of people still haven't even got it, even though about 75% of them are still out. Almost everybody on Social Security hasn't even got them yet. So they're going to be like, well, we just sent one out. But remember, we have dozens of Democrats pushing for not just one more, but multiple monthly reoccurring stimulus checks, which actually is being done through the child income tax credits that are $3,000 to $3,600 per child. And the IRS wants to set up a monthly payment system of $250 to $300 per child for this. That was already passed in the third stimulus check package. A lot of people are saying that's the start of a type of universal basic income for parents. And now we're getting dozens of lawmakers from the Democratic side pushing to do this for everybody else besides just parents. We also could see more student loan debt forgiveness. We could see other types of debt forgiveness in this next bill. We could see the $200 per month Social Security increase in this bill. We're probably going to see an extension of the child income tax credits for more than 1 year. I'm expecting that to happen, as well as free community college. We don't know the details on this yet, but I don't think it'll be just for teenagers. I think it'll be for anybody, as well as free preschool, where normally you would have to pay for preschool. They want to include both of those provisions in there, which is just kind of some of those alternate stimulus items that are going to be included in these now upcoming 2 different bills, because they're splitting this infrastructure package into 2 different bills. So I'll keep you up to date on everything. Make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't yet. It's completely free to do so. This way you won't miss out on new updates. You can click the bell icon after subscribing to all notifications to get reminder notifications when we go live, which is 10 a.m., 3 p.m., 8 p.m., and 11 p.m. every day Eastern Standard Time. I will keep you up to date. So you can click on this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. And this video is about how the Social Security Administrator is in a lot of hot water for delaying the stimulus checks for people on Social Security. Click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.